Hello everybody, Hawk here, and got some news for everybody. Keir Starmer won an election 18 months ago. Now, this all comes out after the Mandelson scandal and calls for Keir Starmer to resign from being Prime Minister. He's just done a conference, talk or something with Labour MPs, and now the propaganda machine is in full force to say that, Keir Starmer should be staying on. Obviously, everybody can see that this is a massive cope by the Labour Party. I've got some wonderful tweets that have come out in support of Keir Starmer, and I'm wondering if anyone can actually see how much this is just they've been told to copy and paste a certain thing. So the first one here is by Heidi Alexander MP. I respect the Scottish Labour leader asking Keir Starmer to step down, but he is wrong. Keir led our party to a general election victory 18 months ago. I'll not continue because that's the point I'm getting to. John Healey MP. The British public gave Keir a huge mandate only 18 months ago. Shabana Mahood, whatever it is. The PM won a 5-year mandate from the British people just 18 months ago. Steve Reid MP. Keir led our party to victory 18 months ago and won a mandate for change. David Lammy. Keir Starmer won a massive mandate 18 months ago for 5 years to deliver on Labour's manifesto pledges. As you can see, why bring up 18 months ago? Because that's all they have. I mean, the other ones are he's such a nice guy, he's a wonderful thing, he's got this mandate, blah 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 blah. Cat's just come past. But yeah, so 18 months. This is the biggest example of can I copy your homework, please? Yeah, just change a few words so the teacher doesn't find out. I mean, this takes me back to my English GCSEs. So it's just the net's closing on Labour. They know they're going to get massacred in the May local elections. It's why they're trying to cancel as many as possible. They know they're not going to win a general election. And the rumours coming out of Whitehall and into the mainstream now is the fact that Keir Starmer threatened the entire cabinet by saying, I will call a general election and you're all going to lose your seats if you do not come out and support me. And what's clearly happened is they've all gone, I actually like being in power, I don't want to be voted out, so let's all just cobble together some sort of tweet that can go out really quickly. I think there's 35 minutes between the first member of the cabinet to the last member of the cabinet tweeting about how much they support Keir Starmer and that he won an election 18 months ago. Just making sure that everyone realises that 18 months ago Keir Starmer won an election, in case you haven't understood from every single Labour MP and every single Labour puppet that's on X spouting the exact same nonsense. It started off before this whole meeting. There was a rash of, Keir Starmer's such a nice guy. Am I the only one who doesn't understand why the right-wing media, which is now the BBC because the BBC didn't fawn over Labour constantly, the right-wing media is trying to force him out? God, that's terrible. He has a 5-year mandate. We can't be kicking Prime Ministers out before the end of their term. I mean, it's not like we kicked out 5 of the last 6 Prime Ministers the exact same way, especially because they were Tories. So, yeah, this whole thing is more evidence of the fact that Keir Starmer is just an incredibly petty tyrant. He has no intentions of resigning. He has no intentions of giving up power. He will do absolutely anything to stay in power. Absolutely anything. And we, the British public, have got to accept that this guy is just hell-bent on keeping the power any way possible. I mean, there was already talks, there's already slight rumours, rumblings that they'll find some way to, delay the 29 election, or they'll cancel it, or they'll do something like that. Like, they're already trying to lay the foundations in the local elections of delaying and cancelling them for political reasons. And yeah, if people haven't realised this now, like, Keir Starmer, no matter what scandal happens, will not be leaving number 10. Unless someone goes, I am dragging you out by your heels and kicking you onto the curb. Until that happens, then no, he's not leaving. There's no way he'll leave. He could be caught with his trousers down, with the corpse of Jeffrey Epstein, and he will be like, no, I'm not leaving. I have a mandate. I won an election 18 months ago, if people haven't remembered. I'm one of only 4 Labour people to win an election. Like, great, wonderful, thanks. My country's collapsing. It's chaos everywhere. Foreigners are flooding in, causing, horrors untold. But you won an election 18 months ago where barely 20% of the people voted, and people literally just didn't vote Tories. They just stayed at home, which gave Labour the win with less votes than what even Jeremy Corbyn got. It's like, well, congratulations, that clearly shows nobody turned up. But yeah, you'll see just constant copy and paste for the next day or two. I mean, and the best thing to come out of this is now that the BBC has been called right wing, and somehow our entire media is right wing. I mean, ignoring the fact that for 18 months, ironically the same amount of time it was from when Keir Starmer won an election, just keep telling people this, because somehow every Labour MP needs to remind us that it's been 18 months. But for 18 months, they have run every single defence they could for this guy. Every single defence. Every time something might go wrong, no, Keir Starmer's amazing. Keir Starmer's this, Keir Starmer's that. They literally set up misinformation units to attack right-wingers. They've literally made news stories stamping down the protesters. They made stuff about Southport, Steve Laws, all these people like Reform constantly get it. I mean, they're even sucking up to the Green Party now. These people, the media in Britain is so left-wing, it's actually embarrassing that anybody of any, intelligence could call them at any point right-wing. How are these people right-wing? How are the people that literally push out so much sloppy propaganda for the regime, that literally kiss the arse of the regime at every event, every incident, everywhere they kiss the arse? They're literally licking through the crevice of the regime. And you're telling me now that because they've gone, Mandelson, he was really, really close with Epstein, this looked really bad for you, Keir, you might want to, get out because he's like, this is a massive cloud. That is now right wing because they've gone, even we can't cover you here. But that's right wing now. I mean, answers on a postcard, because I have no idea how that's right wing, but what do I know? I'm just a silly little gammon, a silly little nobody that has no idea what the big brains in government and the left think. So yeah, don't expect a resigning anytime soon, unless somehow somebody secretly decides, no, actually I'm gonna go and try and be the leader. But what I think is going to happen is they're going to drag on with Starmer until May, and if they get absolutely destroyed in the May local elections, then they will just revolt against him. I feel that this is, he's pulled out all the stops to try and stay in power. He's pulled out every like IOU, every favour, everything to say, can we just like, I will do anything and I will ruin your lives if you don't come out and support me. And in reality, they're going to just turn the knives on him in May when Labour get absolutely bodied in the local elections. So that's my prediction. If he stays on after May and no one tries to oust him and everything, Labour's fully supporters, fully behind him, then I'd probably put some money on something happening late 28, early 29 that causes the general election to be delayed, or something along those lines, because I don't actually think he's going to give up power at all, and I don't see him as a sort of guy that is going to even risk his career for another election. So that's my views on it. So yeah, I don't have really much more to add apart from last thing. Starmer won an election 18 months ago. I don't think enough people have said that. I don't think enough people have pushed that out there to say that's one of the reasons why he should stay as Prime Minister. He's won an election 18 months ago where barely anyone turned up, and no one liked the Tories, and no one was going to vote for the Lib Dems because no one votes for them, and no one's going to vote for the Greens, and Reform weren't even a proper party back then, and yet they still won 5 seats. But there it be. So all we can hope for now is just Starmer's just going to cling on till May. Don't start thinking he's going to start doing anything to save the party. He doesn't care. It's his own power. He's made it abundantly clear he's only in it for himself. And he won an election 18 months ago, and he's not going anywhere unless someone drags him out by the scruff of his collar and into the street and says, "Get lost." That's it. That's how it's all going to end. Anyway, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you've got any topics you'd like me to talk about, I'll see if I can get round to them. I'm very, very busy. It's the price you pay for being a father. you have to have a family life and a work life, and then maybe get round to doing a few videos. But yeah, we'll see how things go. But there's definitely not going to be news of him resigning anytime soon, and I actually do think he's going to be chucked to the wolves come May, which is ironically near my birthday, so a nice little birthday present for me, seeing Keir Starmer kicked out onto the streets. Anyway, take care, bye bye.